everybody, and happy Wednesday. Today is an exciting day, especially if you are a member of Alpha Delta Pi. Whether you're an Alpha, a Delta, or a Pi member, today is a day about giving to our sisters. First, I want to talk about my experience and how the Alpha Delta Pi Foundation has helped me. I was an undergraduate member or a Delta member at Epsilon Omicron at Murray State University, and now I currently serve as an advisor at Southeast Missouri State University. Alpha Delta Pi, as you know, is not just 4 years, it's for life. And I truly embody that. I want to give back to my sorority in all the ways that it gave to me. I got married in 2010. My husband has a farm in Missouri, and we remodeled this old farmhouse and spent a lot of time on it the summer that we got married. And I still had to finish my undergraduate student teaching in the fall, so I went back to Murray and was kind of a commuter. And in January, I moved into that house full time. We were finally like a real married couple living together. It was fantastic. It was, great newlywed months, spending time together and just learning the ropes of being married. And then in April, we were hit, unfortunately, by lots of rain. And if you remember, in 2011, there was a massive flood along the Mississippi and the Ohio rivers. Numerous people were affected. Towns, homes, everything was lost, including mine. This is the family farm, and our house is up there at the top in those trees. This is Josh sitting on top of our house a few days after they had breached the levees. And this is the complete before, during, and after of our house. That's not even as high as the water had gotten, but as you can see, there was nothing left. To keep a long story short, you may have heard about the blowing of the Birds Point Nematode levee. And that's where our house was situated, along with all of the family's acreage that we farm. And luckily, we were able to get all of our stuff out on time. But that left Josh and I without a place to live, without anything going on. We crashed in his aunt's guest cottage for a month until we were able to find a place to rent. But I was only working part-time as a substitute, and I was hoping to get a full-time job in August, but there wasn't anything I could do until then. So, through the grace of God and the kindness of sisters, one of my sorority sisters, who I love dearly, suggested that I apply for a grant from the Alpha Delta Pi Foundation. And I was like, what? They have grants for this? They can, help? And so I applied. I had to get some recommendations and things, but I did it. And through the generosity of these sisters, I was able to get enough money to get us through that summer. And, I ended up finding a full-time job for the summer, but it was still crazy. We only got a minuscule amount from the government, from FEMA, and it was not enough to even pay 2 months worth of rent. And we ended up living in a rental house for over 6 months before we can move back to the farm in another housing situation. But, the support of my sisters through that event, coming, helping me move, sisters I had never even met in my county who were alum of different chapters, who were Pi members for multiple years. They came down, helped me pack. Other sisters were prayerfully giving. Alpha Delta Pi Foundation just means so much for me and what they did. It was, in the long run, a very small amount of money, but at that time, it was everything. And it was just the love and support that came from the root of it, not even just the monetary value. I'm just so thankful for sisters who had given to the foundation and were there to help get me through, even if they didn't know who I was. So today is the day that we believe and we give with Alpha Delta Pi. So I challenge you to give to this wonderful foundation to support our sisters worldwide. It's full of scholarships, and especially if you're with Epsilon Omicron, woo! You can click the scholarship box on that, and it will go directly to the EO scholarship fund. Or if you're from another chapter, you can click that as well, or you can just give generously to the whole ADPI Foundation, and then those funds will be distributed. I just challenge you to give, like, support our sisters. This is a fantastic endeavor, and I can only thank this foundation with all of my heart. Like, it's crazy. So, in the comments, there is a link to give, and I just challenge you to support our sisters. Thank you.
I believe in Alpha Delta Pi.